Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're reviewing the GLE 53 Coupe. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Mercedes-Benz of Salt Lake City, Utah for giving me some time with this GLE. This particular one is still available for sale for the time being, so if you're interested, I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can reach out to them. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a turbocharged 3-liter inline-6 that goes through a 9-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are a whopping 429 horsepower and then 413 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you've got the GLE's distinctive body lines there, and of course, our AMG badge. We've got the new style of headlights with the daytime running lights, which look really cool, and then I love the vertical grille here. Notice the giant Mercedes logo there in the center with the camera just down below it, and then we do have parking sensors on the bottom. And putting it all together, this definitely has like a flowing type design, but it also has quite a bit of aggression to it, which makes sense, it's an AMG. Coming on the side here, our timing wheel setup is 275, 45, 21 in the front, and then 315, 40, 21 in the rear. And when it comes to the wheel design, you've got this really nice silver on the top with a metallic gray below it, and then look at the silver brake caliper to match all of that. Body painted fender flares here on the 53, got our Turbo 4matic badge, and then notice the mirror caps are body painted, but we have some nice silver trimmer on the windows and then also on the door handles. And then sorry about this angle, it's just the lot's a little bit tight, but anyways, here's your full side view. Now here's the key fob. We have our lock function, our unlock function. We've got the opening here for the hatch, and then of course the AMG logo there at the bottom, and ooh. Now popping inside, you guys can see we've got a cargo cover built in from the factory, and then we also have this button here in the back to lower down or raise up the rear end to help out with loading stuff into the car, and got a tire here in the back as well. But yeah, pretty decent cargo area. Almost forgot, when you're all done, just press that button and that will lower the hatch right back down. And then you guys can see the taillights that come with the Coupe. They're definitely different than the SUV ones. Of course, got all of our badges here on the back end. And then look how aggressive the AMG exhaust tips are. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the Coupe styling. I'm an SUV style person myself, but I do appreciate the Coupe. Now taking a look at the door panel here, you guys can see the trim at the top, and then we got wood trim down below. And this one's actually two-tone, which is really cool. And then we do have the Burmester sound system. Now the seats are pretty interesting. You guys can see again, they're two-tone with the coloration, but then they're, I guess, multi-tone with what you have with the materials. You've got like the suede here and then it's perforated in the center. Just interesting. Legroom in the Coupe's actually really good. We've got a little storage pocket, some vents here in the back, some USB action down below. Of course, it comes with a cup holder armrest, which is always a need. And then headroom's actually a little bit less than what you have in the SUV. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you can see again with the two-tone coloration on the wood trim, all of our memory seat controls here. You've got your power adjustments on the door panel. We also have heated and ventilated seats. You can adjust the passenger seat from the driver's seat. And by the way, the passenger seat, heated and ventilated, power, all that fun stuff. Anyways, we got all of our window controls here. You got your mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in, and they have blind spot monitoring. And then here's the front seat. You can see AMG there, and look how it's perforated all down the center, and I do like the coloration of the seat belt too. I think that's pretty snazzy. And then look at the pedals, and then we've got our light controls here, and then really nice stitching. Then look at the wood trim, then also the leather on that dash. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, we've got the AMG style steering wheel with the golf ball texture here on either side, paddle shifters on the back, some controls here for the infotainment system, volume controls, voice command controls. We got our adaptive cruise controls there for the center stack, and then of course got a drive mode select here, and then you can basically press these buttons here to go into different options, like that's for the suspension adjustment, for example, and of course AMG there at the bottom. And then you guys can see turn signal stock and then our column shifter. Now I've got the full digital gauge cluster here in the center, and obviously you can change the gauge view. I feel like classic isn't aggressive enough. Maybe like the sport view. That makes a little bit more sense for the AMG, right? But yeah, really cool gauge cluster, really customizable. Now this also comes with a 360 camera system. We've got tons of different viewpoints out of the car. Resolution with the camera system's really good overall. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, it does function as a touchscreen. Like I said, you've got the steering wheel control. We also have a little keypad. I'll show that to you later. But yeah, I mean, super quick. I love how there's an off-road page for a 53. I mean, it's an AMG car, like no one's gonna take this off-road, but you got your seat kinetics, you got your ambient lighting as well. And I mean, hopefully you guys can see the really easy to use infotainment system. And then last thing is the drive modes. And I like the new AMG screen here for the drive modes. I think it's pretty cool with how it shows it. Really nice trim here at the dash, and then you can see the wood trim down below. With the ambient lighting, it looks really nice. Dual zone climate controls, and then we got this like wood panel piece here. Wireless phone charging pad, and then some cup holder action. And then we've got a little keypad to control the infotainment system, drive mode select, and then some shortcut buttons all around with the wrist rest. And then this is for the suspension to raise and lower it. And then you guys can see we've got our grab handle here with the ambient lighting. Center console, pretty spacious. And then with the glove box, yeah, also solid. And then up top we got our control here for the full panoramic sunroof. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, which do blind spot monitoring, and throughout the rest of the rear. And, well, let's set off. So, if you haven't seen my other videos in this GLE series, I'm trying to review every single package on the new GLE to help out those of you that are looking to purchase one. This is pretty much the, I guess, summation of the new GLE, because I've already reviewed the 63, the 350, the 450, and this is obviously the 53. And so, you know, pretty much covered the lineup. So I think that's good. We're gonna put it, okay, we're in comfort mode. I was gonna say, we're gonna pop it into comfort mode if we're not in comfort mode. It feels like super aggressive. I just drove a GLE 450 right before this, and I can tell you there's already a perceivable difference between them in terms of the aggression of the vehicle. Okay, so actually setting off here in the 53, yeah, even in the comfort mode, this is like a completely different car compared to the 450. The 450 is like pulled back luxury experience. And I do want to mention I'm going to be turning a little bit earlier than normal because there's a lot of stuff happening up there. But anyways, pulled back luxury experience, whereas this, like right off the bat, it's more aggressive performance. You can feel it in the steering, the suspension, the engine, everything's more aggressive with this car. I'm going to pop it into the Sport Plus mode. Ooh, got really aggressive in that Sport Plus mode. I'm just going to keep it in automatic mode. But yeah, that's interesting. It's just like a snap. Again, it was already more aggressive right off the bat, but like that added to the aggression, that is for sure. Okay, so we're just gonna get on a little bit here. Yeah, it definitely has a punch. It definitely has a punch, that is for sure. And I want to get another acceleration here because apparently this is the engine, a rumor has it, this is the engine that'll go in the new G550 G-Wagon. So I guess I'll have to see if this has got enough punch to make its debut in the G-Wagon. We'll get another acceleration here. It's quick, it's got good power. And the steering actually kind of, it firms up a bit when you're in the Sport Plus mode, and so it almost feels like more direct. The transmission's just, yeah, super responsive. So yeah, I think I can kind of sum things up for the GLE lineup. So first off, starting with the 250, I think that it's a really good car. I do think actually we need to get one more acceleration. That's what I think. I love the sound of this too. It sounds pretty cool. Okay, anyways, so 350 GLE. That one, I think it's cool, but I think that the 450 is worth going for because the inline six and the 450 is like the perfect amount of power for the GLE. With the regular GLE, I think that that's the route to go there. Just my opinion. And then 53 versus 63. I mean, the 63 is insane. I mean, that 4-liter twin turbo V8, it's just like a freight train. It is so crazy with the acceleration. What I will say though is I'm super impressed with this inline six. I think it sounds good. I think it's very responsive and it's powerful. It doesn't have the same torquey feel as the 4-liter V8, right? It's a smaller engine. It makes sense. But with that being said, I'm really impressed with this powertrain. So let me know which GLE is your favorite in the lineup. I think I'm between, for the regular GLE, 450, like I said, and then the 63 is more money, but I still like that 4-liter V8 is just, it's got so much character.